everyone. I'm Paolo. I'm from Italy, and you want to excuse me if I make the presentation. I'm reading the text because I'm not so fluent in English, so I don't want to stop in hanging for the words. So I'm going to read most of the presentation. And I didn't have time to make the presentation, so there is one slide, and I will show you that later. Okay. Layer design tool is the tool I'm developing. It's something that was born as an analysis tool of the games, but I discovered that it can be successfully used as a prototyping or brainstorming tool. So what are those layers? Is a kind of division of the game in 6 layers. You see. Let's start from input. These layers are groups in which game elements of the game can be divided. So input is quite straightforward. Contains everything, every way a player can interact with the game. There is a button, a touch screen, a camera, a microphone, and so on. Token. Tokens are game elements the player can see and can interact in the game, such as the main character, the enemies, the bonuses, and so on. All of these are tokens. Verbs. This is the most important category in my opinion, and we're going to use them later because they define the game mechanics, such as jump, pick up something, avoid enemies, and so on. Next, the fourth one is goal, which is the in-game motivation that keeps the player going on play. For example, to save the princess, or to defeat every enemy, to reach the end line before everyone else. Then, meta. Meta is something difficult to define. It's define the elements that are outside the cycle of the game. That are put in the game just as an external way to use them. So for example, the score, for example, was justified just by the presence of an export table in the old times. Because I doubt you ever seen a score pop up in the air somewhere. Okay. Or for example, the division in levels also was done due to the memory limits of the old games. The last one layer is psycho, in which are represented the feelings and emotions that we are expecting the player to sense. So I'm making this tool. It's made of 200 cards and the board in collaboration with Federico Fasce, if you know them. It's a designer. We have a group of cards for every one of these layers, and so you can put one card. You can just pick up a card and put it on these layers and try to combine these elements to create a proper game, a prototype, a brainstorming. So the one noteworthy thing is that a card also is, for example, a verb, even if it belongs to a particular layer, can be used on every other layer. So it could this could make it gain new meanings. Wow. That's very nice. For example, cry. If you have a cry as input, you can make a game in which you are pretending, a multiplayer game in which you are pretending you are crying. And so the one who cries in the most convincing way wins. Not a token, just a character in the game that cries, because a verb in a token layer can describe a property of some element in the game. Or a verb cries a mechanic. For example, there is a character in a stuck into something, and it could start crying, so it could fill the hole. It can swim out his hole. Or goal, you can make someone cry. Meta. Well, you skip this. Psycho is just making people cry, but for real. For example, it's just something many great designers are aiming, for example, with Heavy Rain or games like this. So, I just want you, if you want to try them, I just want you to test them, give me suggestions. So in these days, and I open to your suggestion, and I hope you can help me. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.